welcome back to the channel. Here's the message for today, Spirit. Here's the message for Taurus. Alright, Taurus. I'm going to pull you an animal card, or Angels and Ancestors oracle card. And we'll read it at the end. Taurus wanted to be first. How interesting. Got a little smoke around you, Taurus. Elder. Move beyond ancestral patterns. It is in reverse. There's something you are... Snake. Yes. They're releasing an old skin, shedding an old skin. An old fear. A fear around moving forward. I really feel like your ancestors are trying to come in and ask you to... There's something about a yew tree I was getting. A yew tree. The yew, like literally the yew tree. Which is heavy ancestral roots coming in to talk to you. You may want to look up the significance of the yew tree in itself. Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. Why do I feel like these are in opposition to each other for some reason? Like there's something about, like, this would be you, your need to want to stay rooted and grounded in something. And maybe, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but there's also a need to release some sort of pattern around being immovable. Whether that's literally... Maybe you want to move, maybe you desire to move, but there's a lesson around being able to move. Anyway, what is the message, please? For Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Ooh. 2. White Witch, be the light, and Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. I like it. Underlying, you have Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions. You may want to watch the Lionsgate portal reading that I just published. There might be a message in there for you. Ancestor, Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. You're paying attention to the constellations right now. Of course, we do have astrological transits happening right now. We have an eclipse coming up. You're very pure, Taurus. Owls could be significant to you at this time as well. I'm getting something about eating fruits, berries, blueberries, elderberry. This could be also a look at your health coming up. Maybe it's something to do with your health. Maybe that's the issue we're talking about here. I feel like your guides and ancestors are, if this is health related, they're wanting to work with you and are asking you to reach out to them to help you in relation to whatever concern you're having around this. A white witch to me is also like, she's kind of like a medicine woman, kind of. Or she could maybe run like an apothecary, kind of. There is an actual medicine cards in this deck, but this feels like you, to me. It feels like you are wanting higher knowledge, your ancestors to really work with you. They are. But I also feel like your ancestors' stars are allowing you to learn something your own way. They're not exactly giving you the answers, They're not exactly making the answers apparent. They want you to figure it out for yourself, if that makes sense. They want you, because there's a, maybe it has something to do with parenting too. Kind of like the parent that does too much for their child to the point where that their child never learns to understand any kind of failure whatsoever. Or doesn't allow their child to have, let's say, reasonable go through reasonable growing pains. Like, maybe there's a need for that. Taurus, I feel like you have a lot of growing pains yourself, but there's something about allowing someone around you, or there's a needed lesson here by you or someone in your vicinity to do it their way. Or again, Taurus, you need to do it your way. And you need to trust in your way, even if there's a lesson involved in the way that you're learning, okay? I feel like the divine is saying they're not going to come in and take the lesson of you figuring this out away from you. They're not going to do it for you. They're going to let you figure it out. And it has to do also, I feel like, with tapping into your emotions here. Could be also be with drinking more water, but you are, and something about health again. There's something to do with health. Maybe you're concerned about there being more than one way to do something. There isn't necessarily a wrong way, so long as you don't hurt anyone or hurt yourself. But that's Gemini talking. Sorry. Yeah. But I kind of feel like there's an idea, like there's a pentacle right in front of her face here, and it's almost like I feel like you're looking in the right direction. So what's really the problem here? The Big Dipper, maybe you're looking for a sign in the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper is significant. The Big Dipper holds, I believe, Polaris. The Big Dipper used to hold a star that was used as our guiding north. You're staring right at it, by the way. There's a guiding north star that you're looking to point you in the right direction. But every 10,000 or so years, a different star represents the astral north node. In other words, they swap places. This could even be about maybe one generation following in the steps of another. We used to follow this guiding star, but now we're going to follow that guiding star. We used to do, you're very traditional, Taurus, I feel this. We used to do things by the book. You are by the book. I know you are. This way, this way, this way, and this way. But maybe there's something about these traditions or these pathways that aren't necessary anymore. Or it's time for a change. Or someone is trying to follow their own guiding star and you gotta let them. You gotta let them. Or someone's gotta let you. You're trying to follow your own guiding star here, and your ancestors, your star ancestors, are gonna let you follow your own guiding star. The same way you gotta let someone in your environment follow their own guiding star. Sometimes it's hard to release control, especially if I'm speaking to my parents out there. I know. Okay? I understand. No knocking, not knocking the process here. I'm not a parent myself, but I have acted as a parent for most of my life. So I understand, okay, to a degree. To a high level of degree. I feel you, Taurus. Okay. I'm a second parent, if that makes any sense. Anyway. Okay. Well, that's what you're dealing with. That's the issue here. You're not wrong at all. But I feel like you're just saying, I don't have the wisdom or the clarity that I would like to have. And so, how can I have that? You know? How can I be sure that what I'm doing is the right thing? There you are. Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. And again, like, around work. Well, you're a master, first of all. Could also be around business. Your work's going to be doing very well for you. If you're trying to figure out, how do I make my garden grow? Mary, quite contrary. The secret garden. She's in like of a garden, right? How does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row. Right? You're someone who got picked on a lot for how you think or how you grew up or your station in life. I could be speaking to a generation of Taurians who are a little older as well. Let's say 50s and up, or 40s and up, let's say. Doesn't have to be the case, but whatever this gift is or whatever this knowledge is that I feel like you're looking to, and again, I'm really drawn to the pentacle there. It has to do with work. Am I going in the right direction in my business? Is my business going to flourish? Based on the immediate split, I would say so. Something you're getting ready to do, or a star you're getting ready to follow. People are going to be following you, Taurus. I feel like your ancestors are coming through saying, Taurus, you already have everything you need. Maybe it's about applying what you have. You know? I don't want to give you the answer either. I almost feel like if I try to figure this out for you, I too am like taking away from the process of you discovering it for yourself. Well, shit. What do we do here? Because this is literally how I feel you're feeling. You want to do this on your own. There's even kind of a stubbornness about it. Like if I give you the answer, then I can do that. And I have a tendency of doing that. I'm a Libra, by the way. I have a tendency of just blurting out the answer because I am such a problem solver and I love helping to figure the problem out. I love solving the riddle. But I have to learn how to do that in silence sometimes. Sometimes I might see the answer, Taurus, maybe this is you too. Maybe sometimes you see the answer ahead of others, right? Or ahead of someone who you know is trying to figure it out, and you don't say anything. And maybe that's the wisdom of learning how to not say anything and to allow that person to develop their own skills of problem solving, to figure it out. Sometimes you gotta let someone figure it the fuck out. That's probably your message, Taurus. Let them figure it the fuck out. Yeah. Eight of Swords. They're gonna be stuck. It's a problem. Someone's stumped in the head right now. Eight of Swords. I don't know what to do. Any decision I make, I can't figure it out. But she's pretty chill, honestly. Eight of Wands. I'm so sorry. Not Eight of Swords. Eight of Wands. Well then, downloads. Boom. Hot inspiration. She's kind of just chilling there, honestly, and her ideas are just woo, 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 flying all over the place. That's kind of cool. Eight of Wands. The Star. Looking at the stars. Yes. You're receiving downloads. For sure. You're getting the answers. It might be a little much, though. It might be overwhelming you a little bit, but you're receiving the guidance. Also, the Star is about healing, so this could, again, be health-related. Wheel of Fortune. Ooh. 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 Taur. Ooh. 10-10. 10 of Swords. And the Ace of Swords behind that. Lord Jesus. So, again, if this is health-related, maybe it's about surgery? I just got surgery in my mind. You could be literally going under the knife. It's a burden to you. 10 of Wands. You got all the 10s here. You feel like everything is on you to figure it out. Like it's always been on you to discern, to figure this out about your own life. Like you've never, I feel someone saying like, I feel like I've never had any help. Like it's always been on me to do this thing. And for once I would just like to have some justice and get some help. Do you also have a tendency of putting more problems on yourself than you need to? And maybe you're trying to understand how to cut that process out of your life. Do you betray yourself in that way? By adding more problems to yourself than there needs to be? There's a situation coming back around, Wheel of Fortune. Karmic situation of maybe how you've handled certain endings in the past, or how you've been betrayed or dealing with that, you know. And it's something around how you particularly received ideas. It just flipped out in reverse, the 10 of Swords. So you're putting that down. You changed your mind. Okay. I almost feel like you literally just did that. Like you literally just changed your mind. Okay. You gave up again. Here's what it is. It got hard, right? The process of you trying to figure something out got hard. 10 of Wands. You were right there at the doorstep of your magnificent idea. And maybe you will have one, regardless of what I say. I hope you do. But I feel like you're going to have to figure it out. I feel like you do. I feel like you have this process of how you do your whole discernment thing and how you juggle and problem solve. I feel like you're going to figure it out, Taurus. And you're going to resent me even if I even try to give you the answer. This is partly me giving you the answer, by the way. Even if you don't know what the right step is moving forward for you, the fact is you taking a step in any direction might just be beneficial to you. Even if you don't know. You know. Following the star. Any step sometimes is better than no step at all. Yeah. Hangman reverse. Don't stay in Hangman. You see, maybe you have a perspective now. Maybe could be dealing with a Pisces for sure, but again, even if you didn't get any clarity on that, even if it feels like a sacrifice that you always have to make, there's something about that. You feel like you're still moving on. Maybe it's fear of a child moving on. I don't know why I get that. King of Wands. Ooh. Could be a partner. Ooh. Ooh. The Lovers, 5 of Pentacles, King of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. I see. Ace of Pentacles. So a partner of yours moved on with another lover. And it's been on you to maintain the stability of whatever you have. And I kind of feel like you're saying, I'm always in this predicament. I'm always figuring this part out, whether you are or not. The Lovers here can also represent you feeling a sense of detachment from your own sense of choice. Maybe you don't want to make a choice, because 6 of Swords is also like mental avoidance. It can be. It's also divine guidance when Spirit is trying to lead you away from a situation that no longer serves you, but it's also can be mental avoidance. When I don't want to face a little bit of spiritual bypassing, when I don't want to face the thing that is hard. I'm not saying necessarily you should. I'm just saying, Taurus, I feel like you're also saying when you're done, you're done. And you mean it. When you do make your mind up about something, you mean it. And you're done. Be done then. You know? No more second chances here. Be done. Queen of Pentacles. You're going to be all right. You're going to come out on top of the deck. You're going to come out on top. Someone else doesn't know, or maybe they don't know how to address their feelings or address how they feel in a situation. No choice is still a choice. And also with the Lovers being here, someone literally made the choice not to choose. And if someone didn't choose you, Taurus, that was their choice. Someone didn't want to be put into a position to have to choose. I feel like your ancestors, you know this. You know this. Someone didn't want to have to make a decision about being in a relationship. They wanted it to be open-ended forever and ever and ever ad infinitum. Well, you can't do that. Sorry. We don't play that game, you know? No choice is still a choice. Who's got time? Nobody. Nobody has that kind of time. Advice for Taurus. Go in your new direction, boo. Follow your own Ace of Wands, your own passion, your own light, your own guiding star. There you are to that point. You know? Also, you're looking good, babe. You're looking damn good. You're feeling good too. This could also be about some personal smegdual healing, if you know what I'm saying. You might have some sort of rendezvous, even if it's with yourself. Maybe you need to. The star for me too is personal healing, if you know what I mean. Okay? You might need a session or 2 or 3 with yourself to help spark those creative juices, so to speak. Man or woman, I don't care. You need some time with yourself to connect with your body, connect with your temple. And I do believe you will be inspired. I do. I do believe you will. That's your advice, too, from Spirit. So I would go with it. Follow yourself, nurture your body, and it will give you what you need. Let's read Star Ancestors. Follow the voice of your soul. Oh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Heed the messages coming directly from your soul. The Star Ancestors is a term for extraterrestrial light beings who are dedicated to the healing and growth of the world. These incredible beings are divine embodiments of love who bring wisdom from the higher realms. Often people feel a sense of connectedness when they look up into the night sky and see the stars. I believe that's because they are remembering their starry connections, and those are what this card represents, that you're not alone, even when you might feel like it. The Star Ancestors reminding you that you have otherworldly support, and that your friends from the stars can help you if you are willing to be helped. They can support you in connecting with and following your soul's deepest calling. There is a deeper purpose to your human journey. Not only were you born on purpose, you were born for a purpose. You were born to be a bright light in the world. Clearly. And there are supporters out there in the universe sending you waves of energy to guide you at this time. Information and inspiration that has been coming your way recently is not new information, but memories. Your feelings of being drawn in a particular direction are the awakening of an aspect of your soul. You are being drawn towards a road that will not only light you up, but also help you light up your corner of the world. Continue following the cosmic guidance that is coming your way on page number 77, Taurus. I hope you found messages here. I hope there was a message for you here. Thank you for coming to the channel, and I will see you in future readings. Take care.